Syllabus Part 2, Odds and Ends. So this is just everything else in the syllabus, and I definitely recommend reading through the syllabus yourself as well. So makeup and attendance policy, most of this won't affect you guys as much because this is an online class and everything, but school sanctioned events are excused. So like if you know that you have a basketball meet for your school, this most of the time affects dual credit more so than my stereotypical TCC students, but you're going to be out for Thursday through Sunday kind of thing like that. Please contact me, let me know in advance and everything like that, because those are considered excused with documentation and everything like that. A lot of times excused is things like doctor's notes. A lot of it's case by case. Like I said, really it shouldn't affect you in this class because this is online and it's an asynchronous class, meaning you can, view the videos in the morning or in the evening or whenever. But a lot of this is just communications key, and it's your responsibility to reach out to me. The big thing that I want to really emphasize here is withdrawals. I do not initiate withdrawals. So the thing is, if you miss a certain percentage of class, TCC sends you this really scary email that says, oh my gosh, you've missed this much of class, your professor can now drop you from the class. I do not drop you from this class. As long as you have submitted something in this class, I take that as that you have then read the syllabus and you have seen this video and everything, and you know that I will not initiate a withdrawal, and if you did then nothing else in the class, you would fail it. Don't do that. Withdraw yourself if that's going to happen and everything, but I make a really big deal out of this because I don't initiate withdrawals. I do not drop you. Student appeals. You feel like I did not grade something fairly, you have 1 week to argue these grades. Please come to me first. If you decide to go to my boss, and there's a whole section on appeals in your syllabus and everything, and you decide to go to higher up and everything, I guarantee you the first thing they're going to say is, did you talk to your instructor? And if they say no, if you say no, then they're going to say, go back and talk to Ms. Elkins. So please come talk to me first. I would hope that no one would feel like I'm being that unfair to them or anything, but come talk to me, argue points. I love it when people are thinking about it. I'm not going to automatically give points if you decide to argue something, but it can't necessarily hurt. Student needs. So this is a really, really big deal. If you have any kind of disability, or you've ever had like a 504 plan, or if you've ever been diagnosed with something like PTSD or bipolar disorder or anything like that, please register with the SAR office. They are amazing and they are so nice. If you are a dual credit student and you have something like a 504 plan, know that I cannot accommodate you on that plan unless you register with the SAR office. So make sure you're registering with the SAR office at TCC and everything. If you are going to register with the SAR office and you get certain accommodations, if you have to schedule a test with them, make sure that you're scheduling it more than 48 hours in advance. And then just other things. Obviously, this is an online class, so if you need to walk around while you're listening to the lessons, you can have your phone out and everything like that. Do what you need to do, but make sure that you're still, focusing on the class. Obviously, you don't have to worry about if you're having low blood sugar, you can eat in your own home or wherever that you're watching the lessons. So a lot of this won't necessarily pertain to you the same way that it would an in-person class. The recordings that I share with you, they are only for this class. Please do not try to make me internet famous. Please don't share them with a bunch of people. Thank you, thank you. Cheating. I define this really, really specifically in the syllabus. If you cheat on an assignment, you will get a 0 and you will face additional disciplinary action. Just a quick note, plagiarism is cheating. I will give you a 0 on an assignment if you plagiarize it. And this means plagiarizing from another student or from other sources. So if you decide to use an outside source on a paper that is not one of the sources I've given you, you must cite that source, and you must cite it properly, and you must give credit to that source, and you must put it in quotation marks if you're going to quote directly from it. If you are not sure what is plagiarism or what isn't plagiarism, and you are struggling with this concept, please reach out to me. Let me know. I don't want anyone confused on these topics, and I'm trying not to scare people too much on them, but it is something that's super important. There is a whole web page on TCC's library site as well that talks about plagiarism, and I will make sure to see about linking that to you guys as the semester goes on and everything, because it really can help as well. I don't want you to plagiarize because it's cheating, but also because I want you to understand what plagiarism is. So please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions about plagiarism, or if you're not sure if something's plagiarized, you can reach out to me and check with me. That's absolutely fine. I'd rather you check. This is one of those that it's better to ask permission than forgiveness, definitely. Disclaimer. We're obviously going to be covering some controversial and uncomfortable subjects. Please come to me if you feel uncomfortable about any of them. I understand history can be uncomfortable, but it would be doing a disservice to the people and our ancestors and everything like that if we were to glaze over these issues and everything that we're going to be talking about. Emergency. Please feel free to put this number in your phone. This is basically TCC's emergency phone number. So if you ever go on campus and you are concerned because you're walking out really late at night, this is a number to call and you can talk to them and everything. Fire, tornado, and guns. All of these things are really important for in-person classes. Online classes, it won't affect you the same way, but something to keep in mind, just always be aware of like where fire exits are, where tornado shelters are, and what the plan is if there is like a gunman or something like that on your campus or in your home, or et cetera, because if you have thought about these things, you're less likely to freeze up. So it's just something to kind of keep in mind. Random stuff. Legible handwriting shouldn't really be an issue in this class. You shouldn't be having to write anything. Most of it is your typing. First answer only, once again, shouldn't affect you as much in this class. However, like for instance, on the exams, you have to write one essay, but I give you 2 essays. If you write both essays, I'm only going to grade your first essay. I'm only going to grade your first answer. Same thing goes with like the short answer questions. If you answer 8 of them instead of 7, I'm only going to grade the first 7. So make sure your first answer, or answers in some cases, is what you want it to be. Once again, my email address is samantha.elkins@my.tccd.edu. I give that to you again and again and again because it's just really important. I want you to know that you can always reach out to me at any time. I'm not necessarily going to answer you back at 11:30 at night, but I will answer you back during office hours, and generally I answer back within 24 to 48 hours, business hours, I should say. Folder, you can see there in your Blackboard, they are filed by weeks, so you can kind of see exactly where we are based on what week we're on and everything. I will file away these folders at the end of every lesson, so you'll see it's like the first 4 weeks make up lesson 1. Once we get through exam 1, I will file all of those folders away into one folder that says lesson 1. So you can go back and look at old work and everything like that, but just so that it kind of pushes it up a little out of the way and makes it even easier to navigate on TCC's Blackboard. Notes. I always recommend students take notes in Cornell style. Cornell style is basically to the left, you have kind of a small column that are like your big ideas, and a lot of those would be like the bullet points that are on my PowerPoints. And then to the right, you have a lot of space that you can like write about those ideas and what they are and everything like that. Don't write everything. Please don't write everything. Please don't write every single word I say. That is just trying to regurgitate information then that I'm saying, and you're not necessarily going to learn it. Think about what is important, what is not important, what would you include if you were writing a small like summary of each slide, so to speak. Random things. Take breaks. If you're feeling tired in this class and you've realized you've watched 2 of the 4 videos for the day or something, take a break. That is absolutely fine. I try to keep the videos, I do keep them, I think, all under 20 minutes, but I try to keep them under at least 15 minutes and try as much as I can to keep them under 10 minutes. So like, watch a video, take a break. do a small part of the assignment, take a break. This class is asynchronous, keep in mind, so also choose the time of the day that is best for you. If you are a morning person, then hey, jump up early in the morning, 7 a.m., get to work, finish it before noon and everything like that, be done. If you are a night owl, feel free to do it at night. However, if you're like, oh, I'm really a night owl, like 2 a.m. kind of night owl, you might always do the day, if you're up at 2 a.m., do the stuff that's due that day at 11:59 kind of thing. Make sure that you're not late in your submission. Which actually, on that note, early submission, feel free to get ahead. If you're feeling good and you want to submit early, go for it. The only thing that you really can't submit too much early is the exams, because I only open those up for so many days. But everything else, please, early submission, get it done. If you're feeling on a roll for one day, then go ahead and get ahead. And once again, my email address is samantha.elkins@my.tccd.edu. I'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions, concerns, problems, please don't hesitate to reach out. Even if you feel like it's a silly question or you're like, I think she talked about that earlier in the video, feel free to email me. I have no problem with that. I'd rather you get an answer to a question than just be left wondering about it. Expectations and questions, please email me any questions or concerns about anything. Please make note of these questions, email them all at once or email them one at a time. That's absolutely fine. However it works best for you. I hope to hear from you all though.